What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to how to pick the right all-in-one guitar amp by Fender. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to how to pick the right all-in-one guitar amp by Fender. As always, if you haven't already, go and give Fender a sub. I'll include the link for the original video in the description down below. As per usual, please go and click on the original video and give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next, and let's get to it.
Hi, this is John with Fender, and I'm here with Ozzy Carmona, artist and Fender Play instructor. So you're taking your first steps on the journey to find your own unique voice as a guitar player. The question is, where do you start? Choosing the right amp can be just as important as choosing the guitar that best fits your style and look. You want a solid foundation tone to let the guitar sound like what it was made to do, and you'll also want the ability to add combinations of effects to design your own creative signature.
There are a lot of options when it comes to amps and effects. In this video, we'll walk you through the line of Fender guitar modeling amps. Classic Fender tones combined with the most popular and expressive effects and features that will make it easy for you to practice, record, or play live.
So obviously, this is from Fender's own channel, and I thought right away, even just with the title of it, how to pick the right all-in-one guitar amp, Fender. It's going to be a little biased. They're not going to be sitting there demoing any Vox amps or any Hughes and Kefners or any Boogie stuff at all. Obviously, it's their channel. They're going to be pushing their own stuff, but anybody that knows me and knows my opinion on tones, as I have always and still do love Fender amps, but that's mainly for clean tones. Clean tones on Fenders are just beautiful. My favorite model that I ever use on almost any modeler for a clean tone is always the 59 Bassman. It just always works perfectly. It's a great pedal platform as well too. But I've never cared too much for Fenders when it came to high gain stuff, because they don't really do high gain, as we know. They do really good at edge of breakup, but my tastes are always from one extreme to the next. I'm not really big on an edge of breakup tone myself. I want it pristine, chimey, clean, or just right out of control high gain, just a ripping. But anyways, let's see what Fender says about what Fender amp we should get.
Let's dive right in and learn about all the great features these guitar amps offer and find one that works for you.
The amps we'll look at in this video are the Mustang LT25, the Champion 50 XL, and the Mustang GT 40, 100, and 200. Let's start with the Mustang LT25. The LT25 is a great beginner amp. You can sit down, plug in, turn it on, and start playing immediately. It's ideal for players wanting a great sounding, easy to use amp with all of the coolest effects. 50 presets covers a wide range of music, like a greatest hits of guitar tones. 20 high-quality amp models and 25 different effects make this amp an ideal practice amp for home, office, or your first recording project.
I say it all the time, and I don't want to sound like the complete and total old man. Back in my day, all we had was one crappy amp, one crappy guitar, and maybe two crappy pedals. And that's the way it was, and you liked it. No, but really, the stuff that's coming out for beginner amps and practice amps is just incredible. Even my little new X amp, it's got everything that you can program in it and a whole bunch of effects, and it's just a little tiny battery powered one, and it sounds really good. A lot of these amps that have so many different models built right into them, USB interface, because as we know, everything works as a recording interface now these days too, right? So that way there is a way to USB out in most cases. I don't know if there is for this. Let's see if there is a USB out. Use this as a recording interface, some way to directly load it in there. There might be.
It's fun to scroll through the presets that we offer in the amp, or you can create your own.
Additional features include a simple user interface, built-in tuner, USB port for recording or updating your amp, an auxiliary input to play your music through, headphone jack for silent practice, and also an 8-inch speaker.
All right, let's listen to a few different tones in the LT25. We'll start off with a clean tone, and then we'll add in some distortion and some other cool effects. So first up is preset number 6, which is Country Picking. Take it away.
It's on the bridge pickup.
A little bit of compression there and a nice slap back.
Oh, yeah.
So the next preset is number 8, which is Thrash Overkill. All right, now for something completely different, we go to preset number 10, which is...
Yeah, to me, that was not really a good high gain sound. Like even the name, they're trying to make it look like this is our high gain thrash overkill, roar. No, very lackluster. But then again, hey, fine for a little practice amp, but just like I always say, Fender does great with clean tones, but high gain, not so much.
Octobot. Great. So as you can see, some very useful clean tones, some off-the-wall effects. You can pretty much dial in whatever it is you're looking for.
Next up, we've got the Champion 50 XL. The 50 XL is designed for players who want an easy-to-use amp with amazing tones that can be dialed in quickly. The Champion 50 XL offers a wide selection of amp models and effects to help you dial in your tone with ease. And at 50 watts, it's great for rehearsals and jamming with your friends.
The Champion 50 XL adds a more aggressive sound and really cool black-on-black look to the Champion series. 4 stomp box effects and 12 amp tones that range from pristine clean to full-on metal distortion. Those can be selected via the voice selector knob. And 12 classic effects ranging from reverb and delay to vibratone can be selected with the effects select. It's all there with the twist of a knob, and even includes a tap tempo button for time-based effects. So if you have a delay, you can actually tap in the tempo of the delay.
And add to that, we have an auxiliary in, headphone out, and a jack for the optional 2-button foot switch.
Okay, so for this demo, we'll start on channel 1. Ozzy will play a little bit. We'll have the clean tones. I'll add in some effects, and then later on, we'll switch over to channel 2, and then we'll get into some more distorted tones and some effects on that channel as well. So let's start with clean.
I'm surprised they haven't said whether or not either one of these amps, like I was saying earlier, everything is also a recording interface that, would allow you to use it as an interface and just be able to go directly into, via USB. There's got to be some sort of out with some of these. But then again, that's not really what the main purpose is of these amplifiers. But literally almost everything is a recording interface. The smallest multi-effects units, like even the Valentin GP200 that I had, the 2-button one, that also works as a recording interface. My loop station, it also works as a recording interface. Almost everything these days works as a recording interface. But really good concept that these are that much more easier to use for somebody that doesn't want to go all digital. I get it. That way you get all those amp models. One criticism I see about this is the rotary switch to go through the different voices. And the foot switch, they said only a 2-button foot switch, basically to change between, maybe a couple different channels. But I would like the option with something like that to have a MIDI foot switch, so that way you could change through all your parameters, but that's just me, and that's not what Fender's giving us right here.
on channel 1. Nice, so let's go to channel 2 and we'll get some crunch. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's go full on metal.
That's better. That's better than the other high gain tone.
That's full on metal. So on to the Mustang GT series. The Mustang GT series, Fender's most immersive guitar modeling amplifiers, allow you to modify just about every parameter, whether it be the amp, gain, effects, order of effects, or cabinet. For the player looking for complete creative freedom and the ability to customize from start to finish, the GT models are perfect for home, studio, or stage, and offered in a 40, 100, and 200 watt version. From classic Fender amps to in-demand high-gain contemporary sounds, the amp models in the GT really let your playing voice come through. The effects range from mythical transparent stompbox overdrives and whirling modulation to shimmering reverbs and stereo delays. The GT interface is intuitive with simplified menus, advanced needle-style tuner mode, and more parameter controls for effects so you can fine-tune your sound and shape it to the desired tone. We've also added the ability to dial in precise beats per minute and note divisions, making it easier to keep everything in sync while performing.
And once updates are available, you can easily upgrade the amp's capabilities using the onboard Wi-Fi. Engage the Bluetooth functions and stream music wirelessly through your amp, or modify presets and parameters using your phone and the Fender Tone app. Add the MGT4 foot switch, and now you have access to the onboard 60-second looper to use for performance, practice, or just creating a wall of.
And almost every pedal that's multi-effects has a looper in it as well, too. Everything has a looper and everything has a recording interface. But okay, they give you a couple more options, and there's gonna be some other options for, you know, new amps, new sounds, like everything else. I wonder if they'll allow you to import NAMM profiles to it as well, too. You never know.
Sound. You can use the USB port to plug into your computer or recording device.
There it is.
Use the XLR outs, which are on the 100 and 200. And then there's the stereo effects send and return on the 100 and 200, an auxiliary input, and headphone jack.
So many great features in this amp, so many different tones, so many different effects. We can spend hours going through all of them, but let's pick a few. We'll start with a clean tone, and then we'll move into something with a little bit more ambient effect, and then we'll add some distortion. So we're going to start on preset number 01, which is basic clean, which is a nice 65 twin reverb with a touch of delay.
Nice. This is what Fender does well, right here.
All right, let's move on to preset number 5, which is ambient wash. This one includes compression, a 65 twin amp, delay, as well as hall reverb.
Very nice. Dial back the wet a little bit. Not quite as wet, but the effects sounded great. The effects actually sounded great on that, as well as the tone, but just make it not as wet. Dial in the dry just a little bit more, and that is beautiful. That is what Fender amps do the best. Those wonderful, beautiful, chimey, clean tones. I have always said this. If I was gigging in a band and playing electric guitar, and I had roadies that could actually slug it around, I would have 2 amps. I would have an A-B switch to go to A would be my clean tone through a Fender, a classic Bassman if I could find one, and then I would have the switch over to a high gain amp like a Boogie or maybe a souped up Marshall with something boosted in front of it. That's the way I would do it. The best of both worlds. And always single coil with your clean tones. Always humbucker in the bridge, single coil in the neck, humbucker in the bridge for high gain, single coil in the neck for clean tones. It doesn't get any better than that, in my humble opinion, that is.
And finally, preset number 11, which is Bass Breaker 15 High Gain.
That's actually kind of nice. That was more of a Hendrixy kind of tone, you know, more kind of fuzzy than the kind of high gain that I prefer. That was one of the better high gain tones that they had in this thus far.
And there's a look at Fender's line of guitar modeling amps. A multitude of features, dynamic tones, and solutions for practicing, rehearsing, writing, recording, or playing live. Hope this helped you to choose the amp that is right for you. You can visit Fender.com for more information and stay tuned for more videos. And Ozzy, if you could play us out.
Sure.
All right. That was reacting to how to pick the right all-in-one guitar amp by Fender. As always, if you have not already subscribed to Fender, go and give them a sub. I've also included the link for the original video in the description down below. Go ahead and click on that and give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me reacting to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.